If I tell you to close your eyes and imagine a video game from your childhood, I bet this jumper wearing, block destroying, Goomba stomping plumber and his psychedelic antics within the Mushroom Kingdom would be one of the first to pop in your head. You know, among countless other Nintendo IPs. As a 30-year-old man who grew up with a Famicom that I had back in the Philippines, and for the majority of his gaming experience was all with a shitty bootleg cartridge with multiple copies of the same games, I was thrilled from this announcement since I kinda was sunk into the world of Nintendo at a very young age. Now as an adult, between juggling work, other responsibilities, and mindlessly scrolling YouTube and seeing the glowing reviews about this hot new Mario game, I was thinking, should I really buy this game? Well, an hour later and disposable cash disappearing from my bank account, I bought it nonetheless. I gotta admit, my gaming portfolio is minuscule and I haven't really been interested in gaming up until this year. My interest was piqued, but will it last? Super Mario Wonder is a side-scrolling platform game released worldwide for the Nintendo Switch on October 20th, 2023, as per its wiki page. Let me just make this point clear. This is a game that is the same old but feels new and fresh and is most definitely fun to play, well, until it isn't. Featuring new animations, a funky 2.5 dimension kind of vibe, new badge mechanics, a tiny worm guy, and shocker, Bowser taking over another kingdom. Who would have seen that coming, am I right? Anyways, in my head, playing Mario was this super easy to pick up and play game that didn't require a massive time sink to learn its mechanics, and it looked perfect for me as a returning gamer. I gotta blame nostalgia for that one. Playing this game felt like home, and reminded me of a simpler time where I was eating copious amounts of candy and junk food. And the only real problems I had was getting hit by chinelas thrown by my mother when I skipped doing homework playing with my Famicom. Now don't get me wrong, Mario Wonder is gorgeous and is the very classic platforming that we all know and love with a superb twist. But we aren't shills here. Every game has its highs and lows, pros and cons, and Wonder isn't an exception. Having played this game for almost 10 hours, I can certainly say that everything in this game from a visual standpoint is genuinely amazing. I like how the colors pop on my OLED Switch and it looks saturated and crisp, as well as the buttery smooth 60 FPS which is typical for first-party Nintendo games. Everything is a personality here, cranked up to 100, and even the dumb flowers, albeit annoying as hell sometimes, are pretty charming, I'd say. So it's been a while and I still haven't talked about the elephant in the room. The elephant flower power-up is an excellent addition to the game, and honestly I prefer it to all the other power-ups, only because of how stupid it looks. You also get multiple abilities with this one, storing water in your trunk and giving these dirty shiitake mushrooms a bath, playing with shells, and just diving your dump truck into these unsuspecting enemies. Amazing! Well anyways, how can I forget to mention the sound design? Aside from the classic sounds of the coins, power-ups, which are all nostalgic by the way, I can never get enough of the Wonder Flower sound, as it's literally an audio cue for you to grab an imaginary blunt and eat a handful of edibles. Disclaimer, kids don't do drugs.
Stop it.
Where was I? Oh yeah, so the sounds and even just the background music for each level are just as catchy as the old 8-bit versions you're so fucking used to. Now that I got the good parts out of the way, it's time to talk about the cons. In my experience, I've always been an ADHD type when it comes to Mario. I usually get bored after trying the glitches and doing dumb shit like trying to go to the secret pipes. And this game is the first Mario game I've ever finished from start to end. I can definitely say that as I progressed through the worlds, typical of the Mario universe, it did felt a little bit like a drag, and I just wanted to finish the game as soon as possible. Cause I know the ending anyways. Bowser gets a slap on the wrist and everybody doesn't give a fuck really. As I mentioned, I did get a little bit stuck on Fungi Mines World 5, but it was no biggie since I can easily buy lives in one of those stores. Using badges was kind of fun at first, but I typically just use the big cap thing cause it's funny watching a 5-ton behemoth elephant gliding around so elegantly, and I pretty much ignored all the other power-ups and badges. Also, the final boss was kinda meh. I guess I mean the whole point of playing Mario isn't really defeating Bowser, but pretty much exploring the level design and finding secrets and hidden shit. I guess it's my old age showing where I just wanted to get this over with. But I knew I really wanted to finish at least one whole Mario game before I leave this earth, and before I see the speedrunners finish this game in under an hour. Look, I know I'm not the target audience for this game. Who am I kidding? This game is basically for Nintendo fanboys who will buy anything Nintendo related because they have a chokehold on us and their nostalgic noose is on our neck. I'm sorry, that got dark. And I know it's for kids. But I'm not even sure kids would play this since, Fortnite is a thing, Apex Legends is a thing, all the free multiplayer games are a thing, brain rot, TikTok. But honestly, even as I was kinda rushing to finish it by the 4th hour mark, I still have tons of fun in the first few hours just absorbing everything. The new version of an old friend, I'd say. The levels are well made, and finding where the hidden pipes connecting to the background was really amusing. Trying out the badge mechanics was fun at first, but as with everything, it does get old, since some levels require a specific badge to really complete, and you can't really stick and choose to one. As I've mentioned, my favorite was the first badge, and it's kinda sad you can't use it all the way through. Now to wrap things up. It's a solid game, but for $60, I'd say it's not worth it, personally for me. Maybe when it eventually reaches at least 40, like Odyssey, on Black Friday. Down the road, maybe in 10 years. I'm just kidding. Who am I kidding? Nintendo games never go on sale. I'd give this game a massive 7 out of 10. Hello, this is Editor Me. I just wanted to welcome you guys to my channel, and if you've reached all the way to the end, thank you so much. This is the first video I've ever made, and it would mean the world to me if you guys would comment, like, and subscribe. But I'm not forcing you, okay? That's all. Thank you for watching, you beautiful mother.